Our Academy Coordinator, Dr. Gopi Krishna sir, our esteemed guests for the day, respected parents, teachers, and my dear fellow students. Good morning to you all.
Today is not just another day, it's a new opportunity. Another chance, a new beginning. Embrace it. Today we have with us an exceptional orator, a very talented person, and an alumnus of this prestigious institution. It's none other than Dr. Gopi Krishna, our chief guest for the day. Let's have a big round of applause for sir. Thank you. Now I request sir to address the august gathering.
Mr. with us, Dr. Gopi Krishna. First, we will be having a session for the children of with regard to the gold city, as we are just starting off the new, fresh, important year for you. Therefore, we will be having a gold city, and your parents will join by 9 o'clock, and from then, along with the children, the parents also will have an academic session. So that is the time we will have the formal inauguration. So without much wasting of time, let's get into the core subject of today. So I hand over the stage to Dr. Gopi. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is there an echo?
No, sir.
No echo in my personality? No? Aja, come here. Come. Who said no? Come. I want to ask you some questions. What do you want to become in life? Doctor. Doctor. What doctor? Animal doctor? Ayurvedic doctor? Homeopathic doctor? What doctor do you want to become?
Cardiologist.
You want to become a cardiologist. What does cardiology mean? So blockage in what sense? Blockage in the arteries? Yeah?
When a person have a habit of drinking or smoking his livers, we get such stunts in our heart. When old people get stunts, they have 3 stunts, 2 stunts. There is a small pacemaker in our heart, so that their heart is out control.
Okay. So he says a cardiologist is one who deals with the heart. Love failure हो तो उसका भी cardiologist करेगा? नहीं करेगा? So yeah, check. Don't forget, I'm also a middle class student. Okay guys, we will quickly talk about goals today. Can anybody in this August 10th class students, you're all proud to be 10th class students, huh? You have had a travel of 9 years in your life in the school. Some of you might have joined late, but anyway, you're all in 10th right now. So you feel very proud. मैं 10वीं class में आ गया अभी, इसके बाद college में जाऊँगा. When you get into Chaitanya and Narayana, you know what life is. You say it is better that I be still in 10th class. What do you mean by the term wish? Wish का मतलब क्या होता है? What do you mean by the term desire? And what is the term that I'm speaking right now? A goal. There are 3 different words that we're talking about. Can anybody in this classroom tell me what are the differences in these 3 words? Take a chance. जो डर गया वो मर गया. Anybody? What is a wish? Anybody here? What is a desire? You go back to your mother and father. Through your mother, you tell your father, you need an iPhone. Right? All of you. You need something in your life. Is that a wish or a desire? It's a wish. Right? हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है. But दिल तो मानता है कि I should have an iPhone in my life. Right? So when the wish actually grows a lot within you, it becomes a desire. And uske baad after that what happens is you start, what do? You start prodding your mother. You don't go and ask your father. There's a network. There's an architecture there. You go and ask your mother. You never go ask your father. Amma, daddy, huh? Then what happens? Daddy will say, okay, maybe not an iPhone. I'll buy you a OnePlus. I'll buy you some phone. छोटा सा फोन खरीद के दूंगा, ठीक है. So what happens? The desire of dream of having a phone in your life actually materializes and your goal is achieved. So in our lives, we have a lot of wishes, lot of dreams, but how do we actually materialize them is something that I want to talk to you about today. Right? He has a wish or a dream that he would like to become a cardiologist. He wants to become a cardiologist. But how do you become a cardiologist is the question now. You're in 10th class. Cardiologist, what is this path? 10 plus 2 plus 5 years plus another 3 to 4 years, then fellowship, then you become an MD/DM, then you call yourself a cardiologist. So your cycle is from here today, from 15 years plus 2, 17, 17 plus 5 years, 22, 22 plus another 3 to 4 years, 25, 26 years. So you have a path of about 7, from 12, 15 years to 25 years, is about 10 years drive along the path. So your goals need to be set in life. How many of you have goals in life here? Yeah, please be very frank. I'm one among you. Please be free. How many of you have goals in your life? Good. I see that boys have a lot of goals, but girls don't have a lot of goals. Okay, anybody there who would like to talk about any goal that you want to have? What is your goal? Okay, this young man here. What's your goal? You want to become an architect? He wants to become an architect. Very nice. Anybody here? Anybody down there at the back? I like backbenchers. I have always sat in my class 9C and 10C in the back bench. Anybody there? Get up, get up. Let me not come there. Anybody who has a goal in your life? See, if you don't make this session interactive, maza nahi aata main baat kar rahe. Anybody? Boys for their answer. Girls, anybody wants to talk about it? What do you want to become in your life?
I'm an ophthalmologist.
You want to become an ophthalmologist. What do you want to become?
Sir, an IAS officer.
An IAS officer. So just want to mention, there is one gentleman, Mr. Arvind Singh, will come at 9 o'clock. He's an IAS officer. He's a batchmate of mine. He'll come there. Just take care of him when he comes. Arvind Singh is coming. Right. What do you want to become?
So doctor. Doctor.
She wants to become a doctor. She was looking that side. I hope this guy will not ask me, this guy will not ask me. Huh? Tu kya bata hai?
IAS officer.
What do you mean by IAS officer? Indian Administrative Service, right. And you? Wow. Somebody here at least said that I want to become something, a fashion designer. Anybody here in this class wants to be a good human being? Anybody who wants to be a good human being? हम कुछ बनना चाहते हैं, डॉक्टर बनना है, ऑप्थेल्मोलॉजिस्ट बनना है, right? Only 50%. You don't want to become a good human being? They are saying, अरे बगल वाला हाथ उठाए तो हम भी उठाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं उठाएंगे. Huh? Okay, right. So let me talk to you in about the next 10-15 minutes about goal setting. Right? Do we have a cursor, please? I'll just, if you can have a cursor, I will use it. Yeah, we'll go to the next slide. Right. So we just spoke about it, cardiologist. So speaking about what you want to be 10 years from now, 10 years from now is a joke. Why is it a joke? You really do not know what is going to come across your life in the next 10 years. जिंदगी में एक काल चक्र होता है, the cycle, काल चक्र we call it, and you do not know what will happen. I might be speaking here right now, I might be walking down the stairs, I will get a heart attack and die. Simple. In the last 4-5 months, we have seen so many people die like that. KK, one of the extraordinary singers, he just died. He had 70% blocks in his heart. He didn't know it. Nobody knew it. He died. So whatever we are planning, we should plan. But in order to go forward, what is it that you want to do in the next 1 year or so? If you are not knowing that, that is a big tragedy. 10th class, lot of people say a lot of things. Turning point hai. Most important thing in life. क्या important है यार? First class pass हुए ना, second class pass हुए, third pass हुए, fourth pass हुए, fifth pass हुए, sixth pass हुए, seventh pass हुए. अल्लाह मालिक के 8th और 9th केसीआर की वजह से पास हो गए. कोई स्कूल नहीं गए, कुछ पढ़ाई नहीं किए. You just passed. But yes, you're back now again in class. And this is another milestone in your life. It's only a milestone. And in order to move forward, we are talking about goals now. So what am I saying is that next 1 year, let it not be a tragedy for us. Let us plan for it. Let us plan our life. We should have always in life short-term goals and long-term goals. My long-term goal is to become a cardiologist. My short-term goal, 10वीं class pass होना. I'm sure that a lot of you must have seen videos in Andhra Pradesh. What happened? Alaya Pilgastadi, huh? You saw those videos? Huh? So students of your age are contesting with the government saying, how can you fail us? You have not studied, you have failed, and you contest. Saying, हम कैसा पास नहीं करते, आप करना, तुम्हारी बाप की जागीर है क्या? हम आपको पास करना. So this is what it is. You have to have goals, and these goals have to be SMART goals. Anybody knows what is SMART goals? SMART. SMART goals. अरे इतने smart बंदे हैं, SMART goals ले हम लोग. Huh? Okay, let me talk to you about SMART goals. Yeah. Can we go to the next slide then? So SMART में first and foremost is that your goals. Let's go to the next slide, please. Yeah. Okay. This is the question that I want to ask. If you ask most of the people, if I ask all the students here, what is the major objective? They say, I want to be successful in life, I want to be happy in life, I want to make a good living. These are all wishes in life. These are hopes that you want to be something, you want to have some wish. It's a desire. But the goal is something that's very, very, very specific. And let's start in the SMART goals. The first and foremost subject that we need to know is about specific. Next please. Come on. Ma'am, you should tell me when to stop 5 minutes earlier. Huh? So specific. Now let's say, I was about 4 years back, I was 120 kilos. Right? And in the last 1 year, I thought I should reduce my weight by at least about 25 kilos. And I planned to reduce my weight 10 kilos in 30 days. Is it possible? Not possible. So, if you want to have a goal in your life, the first and foremost thing that you should have, you should be very, very specific. क्या करना चाहते हो? I will lose 10 kgs in 90 days. Doable. Doable. And That is what it is. Don't have a goal which is not specific. If you want to become an ophthalmologist, if you want to become a fashion designer, a cardiologist, a good human being, you ensure that you have a specific time frame for that. इतना मैं इतने में करना चाहता हूँ. Now coming to your 10th class, you have close to about 210 working days right now, or whatever it is. So in 210 working days, how do you actually go about your entire lifespan of 1 year is something that you should plan now. Specificness. You should be very, very specific. Now, second thing that I want to talk about is M. Measurable. Next slide, measurable. So what do you mean by measurable? Anybody who can tell me? Anybody who can tell me what is measurable? Let's say in mathematics, who teaches you maths? One of you, yeah? Sampath sir. Okay, there are two teachers who teach you mathematics. Let's say, when I was in school here in Little High School, with great difficulty I used to pass mathematics. 35% आया था पंडरा. That is what it was. In order to achieve that 35%, I used to struggle. I used to work for it. So if you want to achieve something towards your goal, please ensure that there is a measurability. Why measurability? इतने दिन में मैं इतना करना चाहता हूँ. I said 10 kilos in 90 days. Right? So 8 kilo in at least 2 weeks. So that is my measurable parameter which will monitor my progress. Similarly in your life, you should also see how do you progress forward in your life. You should have a measurable quantum assigned to your goal. If you don't do that, you're just flying away your time, flying away here. This is very important. The third important thing is, next is achievable or attainable. Let's say, if I am saying that I would like to reduce 10 kilos in 30 days, it is not achievable. That means I am trying to cheat my own self by putting up some goal in my life which is not attainable at all. Let's say you have 70% now in 9th class and you want to get a 10 out of 10 in your board exam in 10th class. How will you do it? You will have to monitor, you will have to achieve specific karna. एक महीने में मैं 80% पे जाऊँगा. Second quarter or half yearly exam I will get to 80. By the end of pre-final I will be 90 and 10 out of 10 in my final exam. Similarly, you should plan your progress very, very important. Don't plan your life which is not attainable or achievable. Mano, you are very, very bad at biology. You really hate the subject. But घर में mother, father, दोनों doctors हैं. They want you to become a doctor. And they put pressure on you. Because उनका hospital है, they have business, they want their child to take it over, they want you to become a doctor. And you hate the subject. You will never progress in life. Do something that you like in your life. That is very important. Achievable. Now, next is realistic. The next topic that I am talking about is realistic. A person who wants to lose 25 kg in 30 days is unrealistic. If I am asking you to get 10 out of 10 or 90% when you are a 40% student in 1 month or 2 months, is it possible? It is possible. Copy good thing? Possible. होता है ना यहाँ पे भी A, B, पूरा होता ना? This happens. So, wherever you are doing, whatever goal that you have in your life, keep it in your mind that it is realistic. Don't think, no, rest. Your aim should be the sky. Whatever you aim, aiming low is always a crime, let me tell you. Aim high, but aim high and perform to achieve something in life. but don't ever have unrealistic goals in your life. जो नहीं होता है वो नहीं कर सकते, जो पसंद नहीं आए वो नहीं कर सकते. This is something that we have to think when you're setting up your goals in your life. Now, last is the most important thing is to be time bound. The next 1 year of your life and the path forward, let's say if you're going forward for the next 10 years of your life, ensure that your goals are time bound. By the time I complete my intermediate or grade 12, you should have that specific, then measurable, achievable, realistic goal that is time bound. If you don't have a time perspective, it's a waste of your time. Life wasted, time wasted is life wasted. And most of the students of this age group, I go across the country and talk to youngsters like you, I have seen that majority of the children of this age are lost. You get carried away with the fantasies of the world today. Get carried away with the fantasies of the world. And the most important thing that I want to tell you is if you don't have a goal of a gamyam, jivita gamyam. How many of you understand Telugu? Everybody understand Telugu, na? Jivita gamyam. एक रीचिंग पॉइंट नहीं है. यहां से निकलते हो घर से, स्कूल में से निकलते हो घर जाना है ना. If you don't know where your home is, your destination is, and you are just getting into an auto, what does it matter? Somebody came and asked me, where does this road take to? Then the guy says, where do you want to go? He says, I don't know. Then what does it matter? Whichever road you want to take, you take. If you don't know which road or which path of your life you want to take forward, what is the point in actually doing something in your life? What is the purpose of your life? There is a meaning to your life. Ultimately, you or your parents or anybody in your life, why do your parents work so hard? Why do your parents put in all their efforts on you? Why is it that they have got you into one of the best schools in Hyderabad? Did you ever think about it? They have a goal in their life. They want you to be good citizens of this country with good knowledge, with good manners, and a good steady life. This is very, very important. So if you have not thought about it, what I request you is, each one of you take a piece of paper, right? Maybe after this session, when you get back to the class or tomorrow, whenever you go back home, please write down the goal of your life. I would like each one of the students, and I would request the principal to allocate some marks in the internal examination for this particular purpose. What is it that you want to do in your life? What is the purpose of your life? What are your SMART goals? We'll give you 5 marks on this. Please write SMART and let me know. Now next, I just want to end this session with a very small story. Because parents are coming in, this is a story that will take another 5 minutes. This is a story, I don't know how many of you know about this story. Anybody knows? There are 2 important components of a goal in life. The first one is confidence. If you don't have confidence in your own self, there is a dire need for you to have self-confidence. Can anybody in this class tell me what is the meaning of confidence? Who is the topper? Okay, what is confidence?
Self.
Perfectly, 100% right. Believing in your own self is confidence. जो भी कुछ भी बोले, there will be so many distractions in your life, but you know what you are, and that is the most thing. The belief in your own self is confidence. The second thing that is most important is this story. This is the story about tiny frogs. Next, please. So next, go. a bunch of tiny frogs, and these tiny frogs arranged for a running competition. What is the competition? All these frogs wanted to run and climb up that lighting tower at the Fateh Maidan Stadium. You know the light stadium? Stadium there. They all wanted to run and climb up the tower lights. Is it possible? Not possible. Very good. So, but the run started. Now let's see what happened in the running. Go ahead. So the running started. Keep on, keep on, keep on. So as the running had happened, next. This is what I am talking about. They wanted to go up the tower. Next. So every frog started running. So one by one, and a lot of crowd, like all of us, came over there to watch this run. Because frogs are running competition. Arey kuch hone wala hai, dekhenge hum sab. So they started running, the race began. Next. And everybody was cheering up. Then what happened? Oh, somebody was saying, very difficult. How can we go up? It's so difficult. How can a frog climb the tower? And all these things people started talking about this. But the run went on. As the frogs were running, one by one, what happened was, the frogs started collapsing. Each one started withdrawing themselves. But there was one frog which was running. So it went on. The climbing started, it went up and up, next place. Then there were 2 or 3 frogs which were actually going up, and ultimately those 2 frogs also gave up. Then this frog was finding it very difficult. It was going, hey, you cannot do it, you cannot do it. People were shouting, but this frog was climbing up. And afterwards, what happened was, next please. This one frog did not give up. It clung on. It clung on to the race. Then next. And finally, to all the surprise of everybody who was present there, this frog reached the tower. Imagine, this frog reached the tower. And then what happened? Everybody came and asked the tiny little frog, how did you do it? How did you do it? We all thought that you could never do it. And then what happened was, this is the, how did you reach the goal is what the question was. Then what happened? See, next, the goal, it turned out that the frog was a deaf frog. The frog was a deaf frog. In our lives, as we want to go forward and reach, this young boy said he wanted to be a cardiologist. Many of you laughed. ये क्या बन सकता है cardiologist क्या है तो सोचो. But मैं आपको बोलूँ, these are all frogs around here who will always tell you negative things. They'll pull down your morale. They'll embarrass you. They'll say negative things in your life. You can't do it. You will not be able to do it. The story is, be deaf to all these comments that come to you. If you want to really achieve your goal in life, be deaf. I know, I also come from the same school, sitting in the same benches. अरे देर से क्या होता है? पे कहीं को जा रहा है? पागल है क्या तू? जो कर रहा है? बुद्धुरा, बुद्धे, इनको मन वो तो अंगत्तल है. These are the things that happen. I have seen lakhs of students in my life. This is what happens. If you are not positive in your life, don't listen to anybody who is talking negative to you. The moment you hear somebody talking negative to you, remember that person is not your true friend. And that person is not helping you reach your goal in life. This is the most important concept that I want you to learn. With these few words, I would like to end this session here. Maybe I can have the question answers now. Yeah. Later. We'll have the Q&A later. Thank you so much, and we continue the session.
Mr. Arvind Singh, sir, IAS, our esteemed guest for the day, respected parents, teachers, and my dear fellow students. Good morning to you all. The scent of the parched earth that has just been hit by the rain of the season. The joy once the showers settled down, the taste of the crunchy pakoras with a steamy cup of tea. Monsoon has its own incredible joys, and one such joy is coming back to school.
This is so true, especially when you're a class 10 student who is going to take the first board exams. This is the most crucial time to become ready for the big challenge. Today is the day set apart for the orientation program for students and parents of class 10. It is the day that they get to know about their new journey and build their future from here. It is time to put all their efforts to approach their goals and have a successful life ahead.
Prayer is a lot like electricity. I can't always see it, but it's producing power to bring forth the promises of God. Electricity is invisible, but it lights up the house and keeps us warm. We don't need to see it for it to work. We have faith that it will work. So, let's keep on praying. I invite Miss Rachel to lead us in prayer, followed by a prayer song.
Classes, please be ready for the prayer and pray with me in silence. Our loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for giving us another beautiful day in our life. We thank you for showering your abundant blessings upon each and every one of us. We sincerely pray for our principal, our teachers, students, and especially our parents who have taken their precious time to be a part of Class 10 orientation program. Lord, as we start our academic year of the final year in school, we ask you to bless us with wisdom, the ability to discern between the right and wrong. Help us to inculcate the more fortune values of loyalty, compassion, and generosity. Help us and guide us to face the challenges that come our way. All this we ask in thy precious name. Amen.
Sa
you for that auspicious beginning. Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. And to fulfill our dreams, God has sent us Reverend Principal in our lives. Someone who leaves no stone unturned to secure the future of all us budding little flowers. Now, I would like to call upon Reverend Brother Shajan Antony to welcome the August gathering.
Esteemed Dr. P. Gopi Krishna, our alumni, proud alumni, parents, renowned CEO of Vista Imaging and a Medical Center, Sri Arvind Singh, IAS, the protocol in charge of CM, our Chief Minister, and Brother Jacob, primary in charge, though he is not here, but always is a part of with us. Ms. Simon Madam, Academic Coordinator, members of the staff, and each one of you, dear esteemed parents, a warm welcome to you one and all to this inaugural session, which, as you know, is meant to facilitate that much awaited initial appraisal and promotion of our rapport with your esteemed parents of our 70th historic batch of class 10s. You are in a very historical moment. May I welcome all the guests with the nice flower pot that we have prepared. Dear parents, we are here after almost the 2 years of gap. This privilege presents were not there for the 2020 batch, 21 batch, because we have been always online and online orientation, and you are much privileged, as just now I said, is in a blessings of God that we are in this 70th platinum jubilee year of the starting of this institution, and we will be living of that moment as the days come. They will also share with you their experience of how the school that was in 70s when they studied here. So once again, welcome. Thank you. The post-COVID situation is always bridging the gap. You must have, the parents already must have noticed the challenges that you have, and at the same time changes that you have in your children too. Okay. So therefore, bridging the gap is a most important period. So as a parent, you make a small steps to make it easier for your child. Today, I will be discussing about few points along with my welcome, so that this must be the first opportunity that we have. Because 3-4 days before, when the LKG orientation was taken, around 205 children were admitted. Definitely, at least 95% of the parents have come, both parents. So which means that around 500 plus or 600 plus, the same hall we accommodated. So around 600 children along with the parents. As the years go, maybe that's now 11th year or the 12th year for you, you will see the gap that we have built. The parents will be much less, and we have to build with the students too. So that's the gap that we create as the years go. Positively when you take, yes, the parents will believe that my children are becoming more and more responsible. But doesn't mean that we don't shed our own responsibility. Because this particular year, as the children just now in your introduction, this one is a very important year for us. While we are having chat and we have all kinds of other fun, but very important year for us is a board examination wherein we are going to decide for our own destiny. So in keeping the perspective for those things, maybe I may not get in a further chance, maybe we may get the last few days before this examination, again for an orientation. But I will take this opportunity to prepare how you will prepare for them for this year. First point I will be discussing of help them to manage their time. Well, students have many things to juggle during the day. Working without a structure ends up making their preparation chaotic and unplanned. You must be seeing. Some of your wards will be getting at 7:30 and everything else. They may not properly dressed and hairs are not groomed, just on that leather come. But you must see how the LKG children or the first class children come well groomed. Okay, so it should not be that chaotic way. And parents, you can lend a helping hand to build a useful schedule for their days and week. The school prepares every schedule for their regular classes and even Saturday examinations, and it is also your important duty that to monitor that. Understand the area that the child being having some issues with and help them to manage them in a better way. Okay. Secondly, being there works like in a magic. Being with your child, not just physically, but also emotionally, can have extremely positive effects on them and can make a huge difference in their mental well-being. I congratulate the parents, all those who joined with your work today, so that this gives an emotional attachment. Your participation of this like interaction, that gives a lot of emotional attachment to the children. Constantly support your child, be aware of their state of mind, be available, their emotional, and whenever they need you. It's not only for pocket money they come. It's also your time and your emotional attachment. Yet, do remember not to overdo it. Learn to give appropriate space to the child whenever they require. Sometimes you will see, nowadays birthday celebration, we tend to give overdoing it because we don't have time, and we spend money so that your intention is that my child should be happy, but they end up in the wrong stages of life. So thirdly, use right words. You should never compare a child with others. This statement holds a lot. Every child is unique. Maybe his or her friends, maybe 10 out of 10, just now Mr. Gopi was sharing with us, each one has got a dream and treats them as a unique person. And also every child is unique, and you should celebrate their difference and uniqueness and celebrates their success stories, and also not a child is celebrating of the failure, but at the same time correct them so that you will become a helping hand for their success. Fourth, monitor their progress and help them send us self-help aids. Weekly assessment can help in mapping your child's progress and figuring out their weak areas. It's very important to keep the record of the weekly test that they have and how they are progressed. Maybe our children may not keep all their marks, but if you are a responsible parent, keep these works, then you can always see their growth, the graph from June to February or March. That will boost up their the mental health. Once they have completed the test, ask them to write down their weak areas, pattern of mistakes and areas they have comfortable with. This will help them in making their revision plans and improve their performance over time. Though I say these things towards the end of the academic year, but for this batch I would say bridging up the gap from the beginning, because you have lost about 2 years of gap. I have seen that you are handwriting, I have seen the way you are communication, the way you write, or how you make an effort. So this is the time that you make a conscious effort from the beginning. Students also get confused in a certain types of areas and lose marks. You can also sit with them and take an oral test of such areas. Ask them to write down, and again without any help and test. As mothers, sometimes we won't be able to give an entire thing of written, but ask them what they have studied. Definitely, as an oral test, you can do it. So fifth, motivate with the rewards. Your child will perform better if you will set targets for their entire preparation journey, and the reward for each target with their favorite items. It can be the burger, or it can be a bunch of chocolate, or it can be. It's not with the bike and cars and different other things. It's in the small things which will give a boost of their own energy. You can use anything that will motivate your child. Avoid giving punishment, however they generate a feeling negativity and a fear. That's even I say to my own staff, or even as a parent, you should be aware they are all becoming adolescent. Because last year I had taken the feedback. Some of one student said, you give punishment. Don't give punishment in public. This is applicable to me, or to my staff, or to you also. They too have got a uniqueness. So respect them. Sixth, discuss their examination strategy. Because as you know, last 2 years they have been very slow in response many things. So we need to accompany them. How to write answers, how to make answers presentable, which questions to attempt first, and how to divide the time in various sections. Practice them from beginning onwards. And seventh, remove distractions. Music, chit-chats with friends, morning work, tests, WhatsApp. Every student has a particular distraction. All you need to do is to find out which one you are interfering with your child's studies and tackle them with the right manner. You can thus deal with the problem by mitigating the situation instead of completely removing them at the child level. So maybe that in a slow process you need to do all this in a very careful manner. And eighth, listen to them after their examination. You know very well, after the examination, every child will say, I have written well. But it is your right to see their papers also, how they have written. Okay, and you know, don't need to compare, but make them to learn better. And finally, monitor and identify any warning signs. It's really important to ensure that the mental well-being and checking with them at regular intervals. While being nervous, anxious to some extent is normal, but the child is using a negative statement such as, I can't do it, I am a failure, I won't be able to do anything, then it will be a cause of alarm. There are some other signs in extreme cases such as loss of appetite, irregular sleeping pattern, irritated mood, anger issues, loss of patience, etc. Such is the time you must discuss with your class teachers, you must discuss with your coordinator and with me, and more than that, we have got a professional counselor who can guide them so that they are able to come out of their emotional imbalance. So keep check if you observe any odd behavior or changes. It is a time for you to intervene, talk to them about it and involve their sister or brother for help. So in conclusion, every child is different, make no one knows, and no one knows your child is better than you do. It's great to be involved in helping your child with his or her preparation, but you should know where to draw a line. If your child feels you are interfering in their life at any point, talk to them openly to understand their requirements and give space wherever required. So be with them and let them grow. And finally, we are sure from the management and staff of Little Flower High School, we will know stone unturned to mold your children into a responsible citizen of the country. In order to achieve this, we look forward for your support and cooperation and wish you all the best for a very enriching year ahead. Thank you once again.
Warm words. Thank you for not only giving our students the best but also making sustained efforts to inculcate in them a winning mindset by being determined and passionate for success.
At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Today, the presence of Dr. Gopi Krishna sir is that igniting spark, that guiding light which will help us in attaining excellence in all our endeavors. May I now invite sir to enlighten us to speak on the topic in pursuit of academic excellence, the essentials. Let's welcome sir with a huge round of applause.
I would prefer you go there. You can see. I would like to use the stage. Can you have your chairs? Sabatu Namaskaram. Good morning to everybody. A very warm morning to all the children. Thank you, brother, for inviting us to be here today. We feel very young, though we are touching 60. Me and Arvind shortly. We belong to the 1978 batch. Exactly 43 years back, we were sitting like this. And we were not hearing people like us coming and speaking here. I do not know what his grades were, but I was 62.5 in 10th class, first class. So, but we made it in life. So anyway, all parents, thank you for joining us. The first greatest thing that you have done in your life is putting your child in Little Rock High School. The greatest thing that you have done in your life is putting them in Little Rock High School. I will be talking to the children and the parents along with for about the next 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Please bear with me. And I will be basically talking about some essentials of pursuit of academic excellence. Lot many people, when I was in 10th class, I should thank my class teacher in 9C and 10C, Mrs. Subbalakshmi Shastri, who molded me. Today, if I am standing on the stage and speaking to all of you, I think one of the most important persons to whom I should offer my gratitude is my teacher, Mrs. Subbalakshmi Shastri, who is in the United States right now. And my reverential pranams to my parents and all of you who are here. So let's start what we're going to do right today, right? So now look at the screen here. I want to play a game today. This game is called कौन बनेगा? कौन बनेगा? सब पैसे के मामले में सोचते हैं. सारे लोग पैसे के मामले में सोचते हैं. इस गेम का नाम है कौन बनेगा विद्यापति? Who will become the Lord of Knowledge? And today, we are here today to talk something about our life. How are we going to take it forward? Many people must have told you, "Arey 10th class mein aa gaya yaar, turning point hai life mein. You should be very, very serious in your life. Be very vigilant. You should be very no distractions." All this gyan will come to you. It wouldn't have come to you till 9th class. Let me tell you, 10th class की पढ़ाई में आए, शुरू हो गया. इस गेम का भी खेल ऐसी है. अभी तक we have been from 1 level to 9th class we have come. And 10th class is there. इस गेम को पूरी करना है हमें. इसमें 3 lifelines रहेंगे. There will be 3 lifelines in this, and I'll tell you what are the 3 lifelines as we go across this session right now. But before I do so, let me tell you, we've gone through a very bad phase of life in the last 2 years. As I mentioned to you just now, about 20-25 minutes earlier, what did I tell you? Till 7th class, we were very studious, we did a lot of good things, homework, everything we did. 8th and 9th was a very bad phase. Very, very bad phase, The entire world saw such a bad phase, we don't want it to come back again. That's what I'm talking. We tasted success without effort. Thanks to the TRS government, Modi government, all governments, 8वीं class pass कर दिए, 9वीं class pass कर दिए, अब 10वीं class में आ गए. I tell you, I have met students who do not know some basic things about 8th and 9th subjects also, but they have come to 10th class. So 10th class for all of you is going to be very, very crucial. I am mentioning this to all the parents here also, because I know most of the students who attended the class sessions here, I don't know, camera is off. Teachers will be shouting, camera, switch on your camera, switch on your camera. Teacher, no network teacher, bad network teacher. These are the things we have heard. Class session is going on, chips there. Session is on, playing on a video game. Not in uniform, camera off. All this we have done. How many of you have done this? Lot many have done this. This has happened even in the corporate world. We all started working from home, so most of the people have done this. So not surprising. But now, let's get to some serious work. Since the last 2 years was disastrous, very disastrous, we all were traveling in our life in a rudderless boat. गम्यम लेनी पड़ावा, कहाँ जा रहे पता नहीं चलता, स्कूल होगा नहीं होगा नहीं मालूम, एग्जाम्स होने वाला है नहीं मालूम, teacher is going to take the class or not, has she got COVID, we don't know. This was the situation we all went through. At home we had grandparents who were suffering, our own parents who were suffering. You are quarantined in rooms. Can you just think about those 2 years? It was such a disastrous life. Do you want that life to be there again? We don't want. So let's keep our prayers in line. Pray to the Almighty, whether you call Him Jesus, Allah, Ram, Jobiko. Pray that this situation never comes up again in our life. Because our life is going to be a long life now. 10th class की पढ़ाई हो गई, जब शुरू होता खेल. So now, what I'm going to talk to you about is, party time is over, the stage is now set. As brother just mentioned, we have now come back to the school. We are all sitting with our friends, very closely sitting, talking, smiling. Parents are here in this auditorium. Never would have anybody thought 2019, 20, 21 sessions never happened, orientation, in person. All of them were online. But now you're back here. So now, let us take control of our life. It's time that we take control of our life. When I say control of our life, what do I mean by it? We have reached yet another milestone in our life right now. We have passed first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. We will also pass 10th class, no issues at all. It is just another milestone in your life. If somebody is trying to scare you, 10th class में आ गया, board exam है यार, board है तो क्या हुआ? What's so special about the board? In fact, let me tell you, the question papers that your teachers set are much tougher than the board exam question papers. Am I right? Am I wrong? Right? Your correction that your teachers do, the evaluations that your teachers do, is much tougher than what happens in the board. The reason why I am saying, because in an evaluation that's happening, the each invigilator whoever is evaluating corrects about 100 question papers. 100 question papers continuously in a day he corrects. His mind is gone. And he will find different kinds of students writing exam, it's not one and the same. So, our exams in Little Flower is much tougher than the board exams. So don't worry about your board exams. You will all clear with flying colors. From Little Flower, there will be no student who will not get low marks. Let me tell you this. I can assure you this for sure. This is one point that I want to tell. Now, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? I was just asking you about half an hour back. Wish, desire, dream. Wish is something that is with a hope. Desire is one step. Wish and desires are very similar. But dream is something that you want to really achieve. So I was talking to you about the SMART goals in life. And the SMART goals in life is very, very important to all of you. And I would like to all the parents also to sit with your child. I've given them an assignment saying that they should write in one full-scale paper what is their dream in life. And I've requested brother to allocate about 5 marks to that in the internal assessment. We want to see what is it that you're dreaming about in your life. Now, beautifully mentioned just about 10 minutes back by brother is that every human being is born with a talent and strength. Everybody has got a different kind of strength and talent. But let me tell you, if you want to dream, if you want to achieve your goal, remember that you are the creator of your own destiny. I can take a horse to the water, but I can never make it drink. If you want to become a cardiologist, if you want to become an ophthalmologist, if you want to become a cricketer, if you want to become an actor, whatever it is in your hands. And let me tell you a beautiful story. This was about Napoleon Bonaparte. He was once traveling, and when he was traveling, he met one palmist. You know what a palmist is? One who reads your palm and then talks about your future. And then he went to him, and then the palm reader looked at Napoleon's hand and said that you can never, he asked him, can I ever become an emperor? And the palm reader said, no, you don't have the fate line in your palm and you can never become an emperor. And do you know what happened at that point of time? Napoleon picked up his sword and drew a line on his palm, the fate line, and said, now tell me, can I become an emperor in my life? And you know the history, what happened. So you are the creator of your own destiny. Your parents, your teachers, all the well-wishers who are there with you can only support you, not beyond that. So remember that if you want to create a destiny for yourself, you should start working now at this point of time. Now I'm going to talk about these 5 aspects. How many of you think that life is a game? Is life a game? Life is a game. You do not know what is going to happen the next moment. So play the game of life as it comes to you. Second thing, life is a challenge. At every point of your time of your life, there's going to be a challenge. Let me tell you, my dear young children, that life is not going to be a bed of roses. It is going to be a bed of roses as long as you're in the structured environment of your school, which is very orchestrated. The moment you get out of this school and go outside, life outside is a very dirty world. Ask your parents, ask everybody, they will tell you. There are too many distractions in the world outside. So challenge it. You'll have to challenge it. And the most important thing that I want everybody to think about is, life is a dream, realize it. Have a dream. I've seen so many quotations of our former president here. You should dream big. Aim very high in life. Aiming low is a big, big crime. Bono, ye banna chahta hu main, work for it. My father always used to tell me, he said, reach out to the sky. Your goal should always be to reach out to the sky. You may not be able to reach the sky, but you may go somewhere and midway you might join one of those stars and become a star yourself. So remember that you always need to dream big. And life is full of love. Enjoy it. Little class students should never have a castor oil face. You know what a castor oil face? In Telugu they call it Amudam Mohamu. Always like this, like a crying face. Life is full of love. People, God has created this entire world for us to live. So let us be smiling. I was asking this morning, what is the greatest thing? Why is it that your parents are striving so hard to educate you? There's only one answer. They want to see all of you happy. Why am I working in my office? I want to be happy. Why is brother doing all this? He wants to be happy. Why are the teachers doing all this? They want to be happy. The entire world is running, finally not knowing what the destination is. You all want to be happy in life. That's the only thing. If you're not happy, what is the point in actually, you may have, I heard the story of the emperor, when he was being carried, in this casket with his hands out, throwing money. You're not going to take back anything. Money is riches. They're just transitional, As you live, they're there. The moment you come, they go. Every human being is born and leaving with a kanta mala. The mala or the thread of your virtues and good deeds that you have done in your life. So remember this important point. Don't run after something that you don't need in life. And that is what I'm saying. Life is full of love, enjoy it. I want to talk about 5 important D's and 5 important C's today. This is for parents also. And I'm very happy to see that there are a few parents here, both parents, mother and father. All those fathers who have come here today, hats off to you for coming. Normally I always see only mothers coming to such sessions, but I see some fathers coming in. One round of applause to all the fathers who have come. This is great to see that. Otherwise, most of the fathers think the duty of educating a child is only a mother's duty, which is very wrong. I want to talk about that also to parents now today. Now I'm talking about 5 Ds. Dedicate. As a student, what you need to do is, you need to dedicate yourself to the pursuit of academic excellence. You have no other goal in life at this point of time. Totally you have to dedicate yourself. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about, अरे मैं पढ़ना है, मेरे father का business आगे ले जाना है, तेरे को कुछ काम करना नहीं है, तेरे को पढ़ना है. This is the first D that I want you to think about. The second D that I am talking about, devote yourself. You have been given tasks by your teachers, maybe your academic advisors or counselors, principals or anybody. Assignments are given. You devote yourself to that particular task. Devote. That means you should do it very prayerfully and religiously. You should devote yourself. The third thing is discipline. The greatest thing that one should learn in your life, or you will learn in school life, is discipline. You will not learn about discipline anywhere outside the school life. I am asking all the parents, did anybody learn anything discipline about after your 10th class? Nobody will learn about discipline after 10th class. The foundation of your life starts here, and the grand finale is your 10th class now. This is the discipline that you should learn. If you are not disciplined in your life, you will never get disciplined in your life outside. Point number 4, discriminate. Among all the living beings, how many living beings are there? Anybody knows? Biology student? How many living beings are there? How many crores? Yes? Anybody from the audience? How many living beings are there? Yes, ma'am? Thousands. There are 8.4 crore living beings in the world on this planet Earth. And you know what? The greatest creation of God. I don't know how many of you believe in God. If you don't believe some supernatural power, let's talk about it. The greatest creation of God is human being. The greatest creation. And you know, among all the living beings in the world, the only being that has been given the power of knowing what is good, what is bad, discriminate, ye acha hai, ye bura hai, is only human brain. Nobody else can do it. You know a lot of things that are not right, but you still do it. Why? Chalta hai. The attitude of chalta hai. एक घंटी पेट का पानी पीते हैं ना, चलता है. This is wrong. When you are able to discriminate yourself in life, this is good, this is bad, please follow this religiously. Today the greatest crimes, the biggest scams in the world are done by educated people. They know it is wrong, but they yet they do it. The poor people never does that. The poor always remain poor. The rich always grow richer. Middle class जो लोग रहते हैं, हम ऐसे रहते हैं. This is a fact of life. So remember that you should be able to discriminate in your life. If somebody wants you to do something wrong, you should stand up and say, no, this is wrong, I don't want to do it. This is something very important. 5 Ds में discrimination is very important. And now the final word is determined. What is determination? Persuasion, perseverance. These are alternative synonyms for determination. How many of you are determined here to work, study hard, and grow in life? All the students of Little Class School should have this rare component of determination. You should be a go-getter. You should achieve for your own self in life. Determination. If you don't have the perseverance, purity, perseverance are 2 important aspects of divine life of yours. This is something that you should always learn. Be good at heart and determined. Suppose you want to achieve, let's say, Nirja teacher is teaching you 10th class maths. If you want to get 100 out of 100, work with determination. No careless attitude is permitted in 10th class. Because this 10th class is going to change your life. it will finally tell you which stream of life are you going. Whether you want to go into a math stream, you want to go into a biology stream, if you want to get into an architecture stream, if you want to get into an artistic stream, or if you want to get into social sciences, what is it? The path is set only right now in 10th class. 9th and 10th are the crucial times because that is when you normally decide a career path in your life. If somebody wants to become, let's say, a fashion designer, I heard some girl telling me, if you want to become a fashion designer, what are the prerequisites of being a fashion designer is something that you decide right now. If you want to be a doctor about 25 years, at the age of 25, 26, what is it that you need to do right now? Strengthen up. Get interested in biology. Read something more than what is in the prescribed textbooks. Get to know, meet people, talk to people when they come here. These are important things. This is the class when you start spreading your wings of knowledge. That is what I'm talking about, determination. Now, a lot of people say that, yaar, main pass ho gaya. I tell you, I have come across many students. Success is 99% hard work and 1% luck. Tell me any student, among all the parents also, tell me any student who is just out of luck passed without any study. Last 2 years की बात नहीं करूँ मैं. I am not talking. Last 2 years was God's gift. It is vacation. God wanted to give everybody a vacation, He gave a vacation. It is hard work. And the hard work has to start from today. You have over 210 days of working days in school right now, I'm sure. I think it's 165, 210, I don't know which. Yeah, 210 days of working. You should start your hard work. Nothing comes free of cost. अगर कोई आपको free में कोई दे रहा बोले तो कोई मकसद है. If somebody is offering something free to you and it's just coming by the heck of it, there is something behind it. There is a reason. But all students need to get into the mode of getting into hard work. Not hardly work. Hard work I am talking about. And I am going to tell you how it is. You batch, this generation of arts. You know, my children also studied here in the same school. So I know this generation pretty well. There are two syndromes. I call it the IKP syndrome, which is now prevalent. But I want all the students of IKP syndrome. What is IKP? IKE is IKE. What is IKE? I know everything. I know everything syndrome. If mother tells you something, Mama, you don't know, Mama. First thing will come up, Mama, you don't know. As if we know everything in 15 years, we know everything. Dad saying, what Dad? You don't know Dad. Don't you guys do it? Yeah? This is the biggest problem with this generation. We have tackled this generation very well. But middle class students, let me tell you, you should transition from this I know everything syndrome to call the NGU syndrome, never give up in life. Struggle if you have to struggle. You should remain humble in your life. The success of any student is humility. You have seen those gentlemen on the walls there, he has gone onto the walls of his school, this great school. You know why? One of the most humblest persons ever set foot on this earth is Dr. Abdul Kalam. Humility. जितना भी जानो आप, जितना भी जानो. I want to tell you this. If you can't make your parents happy in life, I'm making a statement, which is a very dangerous statement. If you are not able to make your parents happy in life, your life is not worth living. Do parents agree with me? You have to. Because your food, your blood, your head, Everything has come from your parents only. And you go and question your father, you go and question your mother. Okay, I'll ask you a simple question here in the students. How many of you, after you get up in the morning, touch the feet of your mother or father? Parents are laughing. Parents are laughing. How many of the students here, girls and boys, how many of you get up in the morning, touch your parents' feet? Anybody, please raise your hand. Anybody? 1, 2, 3, 3 girls. Any boys? 1 boy. Among a staff, among a student community of 350 students. Very nice. Have hands on for the children, who do that. And let me tell you this. Aap padhe, nahi padhe. You study, you don't study. I'm making another statement which is very dangerous. You go and touch your mother's feet daily and let your mother's hand go on your head and she blesses you. Dunya ban jata tumhara. I'm telling you, dunya ban jata. And I'm telling you, if I'm able to stand here today and if I'm doing this and I'm heading so many companies across the world, it is only because of my mother's blessings. I have done it every day when she was there. You try that. I am telling you, you try that, you see what kind of happiness comes, what kind of brain, all its neurons will start reacting. Mother का हाथ जब पड़ती है ना, अरविंद भाई, what do you think? जब आशीर्वाद जो होता है ना, माँ का आशीर्वाद होता है, बाप को तो बगल में लाओ, कोई बात नहीं है. मदर को तो मदर का हाथ जब पड़ती है ना, ऐसा भी पड़ती है, काम चल जाता है, ऐसा भी हो जाता है, काम चल जाता है. So please remember, you should be very, very careful about this. Right. Next, I am talking about prioritization. Brother was talking about organizing life. How do you organize? Since you have come to the आखिरी पड़ाव of this game, कौन बनेगा विद्यापति में? This is how you should actually organize your life. How many of you do it? How many of you can do it? How many of you get up at 5 o'clock? How many of you seen sunrise? Sunrise देखा है आप लोग? अरे वाह, this is very good, yeah, very nice. Girls also have seen sunrise, very nice. Congratulations to all of you. Now, 8 hours of sleep, medically, as I come from the medical industry, medically 8 hours of sleep is essential for every student between the age group 13 to 16. In order to develop your brain, get in good concentration, move forward in life, 8 hours of sleep is necessary. मेरा छोटी सी विनती है, all those parents, after 10:30 or 8:30, 9 o'clock in the night, please remove the cell phones and put it in your locker key. Don't give a mobile phone to the child. The harm that a mobile phone does, I will tell you. Now, wake up at 5 o'clock. I am giving a very structured prioritization life for the next 1 year. Study. 5:30, sit down for study. Do your homework. Submissions रहता है. We normally do homework only in the morning. रात में सो जाते हैं. We'll do it in the morning. We plan. Everybody does that. Even I've done it. So 5:30 to 6:30, 7. You should 7 o'clock. You should study. 7 o'clock. Get ready. 1 hour. Bath. Getting ready. Searching for socks. Searching for shoes. You must have left them somewhere. Mama, my shoes are not there. Mama, my socks are not there. This shouting is there every day in the morning. Then all this happens. 8 o'clock you go to school. 5 o'clock come relax. 5 to 6:30 play something. Go out for a walk. Play with your friends. 6:30 go back to study. 8:30 relax. Every day half an hour of TV is permitted for 10th class students. Only half an hour. And that too something very good. No saas ki bahuti, aise serials nahi. Something very, very important you can watch on TV. You can see Dance India Dance or some singing competition, some reality shows which you want to see, you can see. After that, 9:30 you should hit the bed. many of you sleep at 9:30? Quite a good number. How many of you sleep at 10:30? How many of you sleep at 11:30? How many of you sleep after 11:30? So all the students who are sleeping after 9:30 will give you a TC now. We'll give you a TC. Because you are not behaving like a child. You are behaving like an adult. Don't forget you are a child. You have to sleep at 9:30, 9:30. At the most max 10 o'clock. Now, this behavior is what is going to reflect you in your life. You have no reason of any sort whatsoever to be awake after 9:30. Have you heard any time? I'm sure a lot of parents would say, our parents would have told, children should be seen but not heard. This is something that we heard when we grew up. Children should be only seen but not heard. आजकल के ज़माने में, if you say that to the child, why? Who said this? All these questions will crop up. So please prioritize your timing. As brother also mentioned very beautifully, you should regulate your time very, very clearly. And this is something that I would like to let you know. Now, self-discipline comes only when you do this. Self-confidence we have already spoken of, prioritization before. Now, parents, I have told something about to children right now. Parents, please remember, for a child of this class, 10th class, the role model either has to be a mother or a father. If the child at home is mentioning that the role model is Shah Rukh Khan or Aishwarya Rai or somebody, then something is wrong in the family. I don't stand corrected on this front at all. If the child is saying the role model is somebody else other than your family member, it can be a mama also sometimes. But if it's saying that somebody else outside the house, that means the parents are not playing the role of a true parent. This is psychologically defined also in certain psychological books. For a parent, for a girl, let me tell you, 99% the role model is always a father. Correct? And for a boy, it is always mama. So please look at this part of it. The second part, in every home, there should be some home rules. Every home there should be a home rule. As we have rules in the school here, the discipline part of it, please. I can also throw children out of the class. I've even thrown out MBA students. For me, it's not a problem at all. Please listen to me. Home rules are very, very important. That means any kind of rules that are being fixed by the mother or the father has to be followed by everybody in the home. After dinner, if the boy has to clean the plates, the boy has to clean the plates. Please don't mention, अरे वो लड़का है वो नहीं करेगा, लड़का है तो भी करना पड़ता है. लड़का लड़की का कोई फर्क नहीं है इस दुनिया में. There is no difference between boy and girl. No favoritism to girls or boys. So home rules are very, very, very important. Another important thing is that, especially in the double income group parents, I call them the DIT parents always, double income group. Both of us done in the morning at 8:30, come back at 8 o'clock and at 10. We don't spend time with the children. There is somebody at home, एक नाना नानी रहती है, and they get attached to nana nani and that's how it goes. Spend time with your child. What a beautiful thought that brother brought about. If you don't spend with your children, what is the purpose of our lives? हम क्यों कर रहे हैं पूरा भागम दौड़ी किस लिए कर रहे हैं? We are all running. Why are we running? We are running only to see our children grow up and be happy. We forget that. So spend time, especially this formative years of 15, 16 is so crucial in their life that you need to spend time with them. At least about half an hour sit with them. I used to remember, despite my running around, every day I used to sit with my sons open their books and see. I used to even say, hey, why did your teacher not correct this? She just put a tick mark. Why? I used to look at the notebooks everything. Half an hour, not that I used to go into details. So my son used to think, my dad is looking at my bag, my dad is looking at my notebooks. This is very essential. All mothers, please go and tell your husbands that this should be done. If they are not here today, spend time. No TV. Please don't make the mistake of removing the cable connection. That is the biggest mistake. That's a negative approach for students. Don't get them to follow the home rule. The home rule is watch 30 minutes. And 30 minutes, spend the time sitting with them and watch the TV. You may not like the program at all. They may say MTV, कुछ देखेंगे, क्या देखते हैं यार आप लोग? What do you see normally? Cricket. I'm coming to cricket, I tell you also. I'm coming. So, please ensure that you sit with them and watch. Sit with them with a bag of popcorn or something. Masti karo. That is relaxation. That is what brother was saying. Relax. Time given to child. Then, no comparison. We make the biggest mistake of comparing. अरे वो देख, वो बच्चा जो रहता है ना तेरा दोस्त, उसको 90 marks है यार. मेरे दोस्त ना हैं. There are a lot of my friends who got 80 marks, 90 marks. And the students are there who work with me. I am a 62% guy, but they work with me 80% guys. So marks don't make anything in life. Don't tell me. You should get good marks. Don't compare a child. Each child has been created by God in a very unique, talented, strengthened way. He's got his own thing. क्या बन सकता है किसको पता नहीं है. We don't know. We even don't know. This batch of 300 plus students, tomorrow you don't know what are they going to be. Does my friend Arvind know when he was in 10th class that he will be an IAS officer? I'm sure he doesn't know. I come from a clan of IAS officers. I could not become an IAS officer. So you never know what is going to happen. So, no comparison. And no calling out names. अरे चदुपरा लेकिन परिवार एक होता है, पूरी वाला वाइफ होता है रानू, किन्नल तो मन परिवार शेख होता है रानू. I heard this from parents. Please don't make the mistake. होते हैं ना? फिर तरह का देने की परिकरण ला एक बताओ, क्या एक बताओ. ये दायर में it is your child. Why do you? दादा आज तो देवदल बोल के रहते. There are always gods who bless you when you say something negative. He says yes, amen, हो जाएगा. Don't do that. उसको बोलो अरे तू गधा है तो अभी तो गधे का पहलवान हो जाएगा, बोलो गधे का पहलवान हो जाएगा. So please be very careful. Don't call out names. No negativity at home at all. Atmosphere. Very positive environment. Get a pet at your home. If you don't have a pet, I'm not saying this. If you have a pet at home, nobody can raise a voice. The pet will not like it. I have a dog at my home. I can't raise my voice over a syllable. The moment I raise my voice, what is happening? He'll come and say, he says, tone down. Ye ghar hai. It will remind me, dog reminds me this is the home rule. Don't raise your voice. So what I'm trying to tell you is, home rules have been followed. Atmosphere, a very positive environment has to be there at home when the children are studying. Then parties. Don't put your child in the room to study and don't party in the drawing hall. Lot of people kitty parties करते हैं. कोई आंटी आ जाती है, बात करने चलते रहता है. मोबाइल फोन में मदर चलते रहती है 1.5 घंटा. मम्मा listen to me. अरे 2 मिनट बेटा. And the call continues. This happens? Huh? Yes, it happens. It happens. So give time to them. No parties. Regulate. Everything should be regulated at home. If you don't, parents follow the scenario that I am telling, the children will not follow because you are role models for them. Then the most important thing is drive. Go out for a drive once in 10 days, 15 days. Go out for a drive. Chalo yaar, chalte hain. Let's go for a drive. Go to Creamstone, have an ice cream and come back. Then go to some place, have some pani puri and come back. Go with family. This makes a lot of positivity in the family, right? And then postpone visits. This 1 year, our request is postpone visits, vacations. If there's a very essential marriage that you have to attend, that. But otherwise, postpone visits and everything. Right. Then, most important thing is For all these kids here, their first best friends have to be a mother and father. I always said for a girl, it's a father is the best friend. For a mother, for a boy, it's mother. So be a very good friend to them. Listen to them. There are so many points that brother in his presentation brought out. He said, do this, do this, do this. So please remember this. These are points that are very, very essential for you. Then, these are all changing times. Because our children will not listen to us. They are in the changing scenario of the world. We are at least 1 or 2 generations away, behind them. And we try to cope up with them. And that is when they say, Mama, you don't know Mama. Immediately आ जाता है. So changing times के मुताबिक हम भी थोड़ा बदलना चाहिए. We also need to tweak our life a little bit. I am not asking you to totally change. Tweak yourself a little bit. Sometimes agree to them. When you sometimes agree to the children, they will agree to you next time. If you always say no to them, they will get a negativity in their life. For sure. That is what I am praying. Then, rules are the same for everybody at home. Mother ho, father ho. If you have a girl and a boy, daughter and son, rules are to be the same. Don't discriminate between a girl and a boy. Because both are your children only. We do this mistake. Let's say there are twins, a boy and a girl at home. बेटा पढ़ रहा है. मम्मी बुला के बोलती है बेटे से, बेटा जाके दूध का गिलास दे के आना भाई को. बेटी बोलेगी मैं क्यों दूं? मैं भी पढ़ना है. मुझे भी पढ़ना है ना. So discrimination आ गया. So don't do that. So the girl will feel, okay, this guy gets more importance in my family. तो मेरे को मौका दे तो मैं भी देख लूंगा इसको. This starts. So be very careful about it. Encourage them. And the most important thing is that there should be a family prayer at your home at least once in a week. All of you sit down and pray. Because all these children should know and realize that there is some supernatural power that actually makes us work. If there are any atheists here, I don't mind saying this once again. Remember there is a supernatural power which we call him as God. It is very essential that they should get into the habit of sitting and praying with you. It's not that you are alone going and praying in your prayer room or at your altar you're playing or आप नमाज कर रहे हैं कभी. आप घर में बैठिए as a family and pray at least once in a week. This is very important. This brings in a lot of positivity in your house. Your home will be very happy home. Because the moment you pray, this supernatural force becomes your family member. And when the supernatural force becomes your family member, things are very different. This is very important. Now, fear of loss. All these children will have this fear of loss. मैं कर पाऊंगा, नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Will I be able to crack this exam? Will I be able to score good marks? Is something that these children will have every time they go to an exam. All parents, please remember, give them encouragement and courage to them. Tell them, don't worry, beta. You will do well. Do your best, and rest leave it to God. This is very important. You put in your efforts. Whatever efforts you put in. Rest leave it to God. क्या होना है होगा. He'll take care of it. This mantra has to be followed by everybody at home. Now, I'm talking finally about these 3 points. This is about confidence, which I have spoken. Fear of loss. No negativity should be there in the child that I will fail. Some of the greatest men in the world who have held the biggest positions in the world are people who have failed miserably. Take Abraham Lincoln. Take your Jioga Kone, Ambani's. Who is that crippled guy who won so many gold medals? All these people have failed miserably in their life. But yet, they stood out in their life. So, remove that fear of loss and get into the concept of desire to gain. I want to gain something in life. That positive attitude is something that we should think about. Then, always remember, this 10th class is only the small part of your life which we are talking about. There's a very big match that you're going to play in your life. The big match is going to come up. 20, 25, 30 साल के आगे की मैच है जो खेलना है. Think about the big match. And your only role in your life is to keep your parents happy. You might fail. A spring might fail. But the moment you release the spring, it will jump. So you should jump back into life like that. And finally, I have something that I want to tell. The 5 important C's that you should keep away. 5 important C's. Parents, please ensure these 5 important C's are very important. First thing is that computer. I do not know how many hours children normally spend time on computers, laptops. You should use a computer only when you need to do or use it. You cannot use the computer always. Computer is a vice for children. Second thing, chit-chatting. Brother brought it out. Chatting, unnecessary gossip. What do you get? No chatting should be done. Keep away from chatting. अरे यार वो पैसा ऐसा हुआ यार, वो क्या हुआ, वो लड़की ऐसी बोली यार, ये chatting बंद. It is not going to take you anywhere in life. Computer, chatting. Third, cinema. Cinema is another vice. What will, if you become a fan of Shah Rukh Khan or Mohit Khan or some Akshay Kapoor or whatever it is, what are they going to help you in your life? Tell me. Tell me. You should be a fan of your teachers. You should be a fan of your mother, your father, and your friends around you. What is going to Shah Rukh Khan? There is a problem, will he come and help you? Tell me. Cinema is the most dreaded disease in this country. Cinema and TV. That is why TV is called as Telu Visham, poison of a scorpion. Telu Visham. Initially when the world was coined as television, it was the vision that we are going to see in future. But today what has happened? It has become a Telu Visham. Stop watching TV. Nothing there. So, computer, chit-chatting, cinema. Fourth, cell phone. Cell phone. वो बोल रहा है क्या बोल रहा है ये आके क्या बोल रहा है यहाँ पे बोल के बोल रहा है हाँ cell phone. I am telling you today the scenario is after you get up, I don't know how many of these children have a cell phone. All the children, all of you have a cell phone? Speak the truth. Parents, how many of them hold on to the cell phone? Hey, one father says, yeah, I can't say. I am telling you, I don't know, but most of them, like a gorilla. I don't know what happens on that. Either I don't know whether you are in Instagram or whether you are in Facebook. Facebook to chala gaya, Instagram. The latest thing is Instagram, no? Yeah, and you don't have a phone. And you know about Instagram. Huh? अरे हम गांव वाले but हमारा गांव का नाम दिल्ली है मालूम है so all of you keep off from cell phone. Don't give them a cell phone unless they need to call a friend or some notes or something. Don't give them because cell phone is another dreaded disease. And the final problem is that cricket. Let me tell you, I have been a cricketer myself. I have played at all India level. I have played with Azharuddin also. I have been at very high level cricket. I could have gotten into cricket at national level. Right? But I know very clearly, at one point of time, discriminate करके ज्ञान आ गया मेरा दिमाग में, मैं क्रिकेट छोड़ दिया. What do I get? I don't get anything. I couldn't get anything. There's a lot of favoritism in cricket. Everything happens. I was surprised to see that IPL bidding, people are running from office to go and see that IPL bidding. I don't know what is so special. All of you have seen IPL bidding? Yes. Everybody has seen, no? All boys. Girls also, I'm sure there are a lot of people. I met one girl. She says, uncle, that day that particular fellow, the bidding was wrong, uncle. I said, yaar, ye ladki ko kya samajh mein aati hai? What is there? I spend the time in learning music, spend the time in learning singing, spend that time learning some other good, which is going to give you a lot of help as you grow up. You should be as a friend to you. You should learn singing, you play tabla सीखो, sitar सीखो, flute सीखो, कुछ सीखो. तो cricket देखने में क्या होता है? 2.5 का आईना आता है. After a time you will get a refraction of 2.5 or so. Then you will be glued like this. Your TV will switch on all the time. Your current bill will go up. Nothing else happens. It is a momentary enjoyment. It is a momentary enjoyment. All of you think about it. I am not saying that I am against cricket. कल जाके बोलेंगे ये डॉक्टर गोपी कोई आया क्रिकेट के बारे में ऐसे बात करा, इन्होंने में पेपर में मत डालो. But I am telling you, cricket should be limited. To what level? You should not make it a religion in your life. Boys of today have made cricket a religion. I am surprised to hear in my office during the lunch table. You won't believe Arvind. In the lunch table, the discussion is only about cricket and IPL betting. As if there is no other topic that they could speak about. And I am sure in every classroom, all the class teachers will tell, the topic of interest is only IPL. How many crores of money has been made in IPL? 48,000 crores. What is the 7th chapter in your mathematics textbook? Trigonometry, mensuration, coordinate geometry. So 3 different answers have come. So you don't know what is there in your textbook, but you know some fellow has made 48,000 crores. What was the final bid of the captain of Chennai Super Kings? Whosoever is the opening batsman. How much was that? 14 crores. 15 crores. How much does your father make? Brother, this is how we are. This is how we are. So let me tell you, children, these 5 C's are very dangerous in life. And I have gone through these 5 phases. I am speaking here out of experience, not just out of a gift gab, I am speaking out of experience. Cinema, I used to see every movie that used to come. Stop seeing movies. Occasionally I go because my children want to see. Computer, I work on computers. I work on my computer only when I need to do it. Then, chatting. Gossip, unnecessary gossip is waste of time. Waste of divine energy. Divine positive energy. Then, cell phone. Cell phone. रात में उठते हैं. You are not seeing, I tell you, I've seen some of my friends, they get up and they keep searching. They don't see if his wife is sleeping there or not. They see, where is my cell phone? Yes, that is how life has become. And last thing is cricket. This is the life that we have to lead in our lives. Think about it. This is another milestone that we are crossing or are about to cross now. 15 to 16. After you get out of this school, out of this beautiful school, even till today, if anybody asks me or my friend, what is the best time of our life? We will say Little Flower High School. This Little Flower High School. We might have met hundreds and thousands of people in our life, but we still remember, we are still in touch even today. After 43 years, we still have our own group. We keep posting our old pictures of school and everything. This is orchestrated, structured life. Make whatever you have learned in the school today, make this as a foundation for your life. You will never remember your professors or teachers who must have taught you in college or something. You might know them, you might respect them. But after you pass out 25 years or 30 years down the line, if you come back here and stand on the stage and speak, you will remember Anoman teacher, Asta teacher, you will remember Mandela teacher, all these teachers who are teaching you will remember the life that you get. Because मैं बोला था ना आपको, finally इस गेम में कौन बनेगा विद्यापति। कौन बनेगा विद्यापति में 3 लाइफलाइन है। लाइफलाइन नंबर 1 is your mother and your father. These are the only people who will be there all through your life to support you. All through your life. All people may banish you, kick you out, but your mother and father will never leave you in your life. They're always there. However low you become. Second lifeline, your teachers, school teachers. They feel so happy when you meet them. We had one teacher a couple of years, Mrs. Peters, Mrs. Maria teacher. Mary teacher was here. Mary teacher was our teacher. We have so great privilege, we go and meet her even today. I was talking to you about Shastri teacher. I went to US, I went to Florida to meet her. Because she was my class teacher. Where do we get this happiness? And where do teachers get the happiness seeing their children, students actually growing big? Second lifeline is your teachers. Third lifeline, Uparwala. Uparwala jo hai na, that is the lifeline of life. Remember, is kaun banega विद्यापति में ये 3 लाइफलाइन को छोड़ो मत. Never leave them in your life. For these are the 3 people in your life who will mold your life, who will actually bring you up, teach you. Sometimes they might be very harsh with you. If they're harsh with you, it is for your own good, not that they don't love you. There is no parent in the world who doesn't love their children. They're harsh with you only because they want you to be in the right track. If your teachers are harsh with you, they will do that only because they want to put you back into your discipline. If God gives you a kick, it is only because He wants you to realize that you are His divine child. And this is the most important component of your life. I will stop here. I think I've spoken a lot. Too much of gyan download karne ho main. Any questions that the children or parents want to ask, please do so.
Everything almost, but there was hardly any mention of healthcare.
Okay, very nice. I thought mothers are there, why should I talk about it? Mothers know very well about the children, what they eat.
That's true, sir, but hearing from you...
Okay, right. First thing, because there's a question that's come up with health aspects. All of you, children, please note, your eating habits. Today, as per our medical ethics, every 3rd child in this country and the world has got a fatty liver, stage 1. That means the liver is affected because of 3 different reasons. One is junk food. You know what junk food is? What is junk food? One of you can get up and speak, please. Huh? Street side food. Street side food. What is junk food? 1, 2, 3.
With harmful oils and
जंक फूड क्या होता है? पानी पूरी होता है, चीज बर्गर्स, पिज्जास, what else? What else, man? Do you want to list it out? Fast food. All fast food. Inappropriate timing of eating food. A normally growing child should eat 5 times in a day of your age. Medically, you should eat 5 times. How many times do you eat?
2 times.
You eat 4 times. The 4 times is your normal meal. Junk food? 24 hours is what she says. So regulate your food habits. Don't overeat, don't undereat. How many of you drink milk? Good. I'm very happy at least you drink milk. Milk is very, very essential in this age. It gives you a lot of stamina and your bones build up, calcium. Right. So junk food nahi khana hai. Kabhi kabhi khao. Once in a while under supervision. Once in a while Pizza Hut is okay. Domino's Pizza is okay. But don't make it as a habit. With the Google Pay, Paytm and all this coming, you take your mom's mobile, order pizza. Swiggy. और क्या होता है? All these kids know about it. All these kids know about it. So, regulate your food. Don't eat extra. Most important thing when my Prioritize working plan at come. I would advise every child to get up early and walk at least 1 kilometer. Do exercise or yoga. I'm sure your PT sir is teaching a lot of yoga and everything. You should do yoga. Yoga nahi hai? Yoga nahi hai to ho jayega. But you should at home, you should spend one kilometer at least you should walk. Some kind of a physical exercise to the body should be there. This is very important. So health is very important. A healthy mind hosts a healthy body. Healthy mind. This mind has to be given healthy food. So please be. All this junk food actually dulls your brain. माँ का जो दाल चावल जो बनाते हैं वो नहीं खाते. And every day दाल चावल. You want what? पालक पनीर, पनीर बटर मसाला, शाही कुरमा, paratha. So they're coming up. So please regulate your food habits also, right? I'll leave it there. I won't go into too much of this. Any questions that the parents or children want to ask me? Yes, sir.
हेलो, सभी को नमस्कार. आए हो सभी को. मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट है, जो भी बच्चे हैं वो कम से कम टीचर्स को रिस्पेक्ट देना और पेरेंट्स को रिस्पेक्ट देना. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, आप लोग जो पनिशमेंट है वो 100% देना, भले थोड़ा दो या कुछ दो. उससे क्या होता है, ये जो पनिशमेंट जो नहीं है वो ऐसा हो गया. एक तो बगैर पढ़ने से पास मिल रहा उनको. आज एक कैसा हो गया है, बगैर पढ़ने से पास हो जा रहे हैं. जिम्मेदारी खत्म हो गई और पेरेंट्स को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है. और मेन टीचर्स को, जो हम लोग इतना मेहनत करते हैं, वो टीचर्स को भी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, आप पनिशमेंट. मैं बोलता हूँ हर पेरेंट्स को एक रिक्वेस्ट है, पनिशमेंट होगा ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा ही पनिशमेंट दे दिए. थोड़ी बहुत डर रहना चाहिए. हमारे अभी जमाने में बोल सकते हैं ऐसा, जब तक आंखों में आंसू नहीं आते, जब तक आंखों में आंसू नहीं आते, जब तक काम नहीं होता था. और बाल तो खड़े रहना ही है, मुर्गापन नहीं है, ये सब नॉर्मल है. ये सब नॉर्मल है. तो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, आज की डेट से ज़्यादा कंप्यूटर आया है, आज मोबाइल से, वो हिसाब से इनको पनिशमेंट दीजिए. लेकिन पनिशमेंट ना, ये कितने जने मेरे साथ है, एक बार हाथ उठाइए.
सर, आपने बहुत बढ़िया कह दिया है, आप तो कह दिए हैं, बट हमारे साथ ऐसे संगठन में ऐसे भी पेरेंट्स हैं, अगर कोई बालक को बाहर खड़ा कर दिया ना, वो पेपर में चढ़ा देते हैं. पेपर में चढ़ा दिए सर, हमारे स्कूल में हुआ ये. स्मॉलेस्ट थिंग, asking them to stand up in the class has also created problems for the school. So some parents, sir, आप जैसा कह रहे हैं, I remember, sir, my social studies teacher, फिलो फर्नांडिस बोल के हमारे social studies teacher थे. अभी आप कभी डस्टर के मिसाइल्स देखे हैं क्या? देखे होंगे ना? सर, बात करते करते डस्टर के मिसाइल्स आते थे क्लासरूम में. यहाँ पे मार पड़ा हुआ है सर अभी मेरे को. So but हम लोग, हमारे जमाने में अलग था सर. बट टुडेज पेरेंट्स जो है, दे, सर आप अपने बेटे को गाली नहीं देते घर पे, आप बेटी को गाली नहीं देते. अगर आप मान लीजिए आपका टीचर यहाँ पे गाली दे तो आप आके खड़े हो जाते हैं, अरे आप कैसा देती गाली. हम हमारे बच्चों को खुद गाली नहीं देते, आप कैसा दे सकते हैं? See, we understand that fear was there when we studied. Today that fear is not there at home itself. I have seen in families, नानी और नाना अगर बेटे को और बेटी की कुछ कह दिए तो माँ बाप दौड़ पड़ते हैं, आप कैसे कह दिए इनको? I'm talking of grandparents actually scolding grandchildren. Itself has become a crime today. Or how can our poor teachers, sir, who are full of love and patience, वो लोग उनको कुछ खड़ा करके कुछ गाली वाली दिए तो सर खड़े हो जाते, पूरे यहाँ पे आके धरना कर देते. कैसा सिकंदराबाद स्टेशन में कल रात में क्या हुआ ना, ऐसा हो जाता सर यहाँ पे. हाँ, हम कोशिश करेंगे डेफिनेटली. We are very strict, and Little Florence School management is very strict with children. I go to other schools also. Our school, I would say, perhaps we use Nakartumai, is the best school in Hyderabad as far as I see. Because our teachers are very good. Our children are also gems, sir. Our children are gems. थोड़ा नोटंकी रहता सर, बच्चों में नोटंकी रहना चाहिए. But they are all gems, emeralds. I have seen other students. I go to NASR, I go to international schools. माँ बाप सर मत बुद्धिए आप. बच्चे तो हमारे बाप बाप को बड़े हो गए वो लोग. ऐसा हो गए बच्चे. We are very good. Any other questions, please? Yes, ma'am.
Sir, take it.
Sir, I'm very happy that you come from the Alumni Association. My request is, because they are in 10th, would you conduct a career path orientation for them also?
Sorry, I get it.
Career path orientation, because I'm happy to see an IAS officer here, people aspiring, students aspiring, they might not be knowing what,
Right.
with parents are struggling back home to orient them. If that kind can be conducted from the alumni themselves, because you're experienced, I'll be happy for it.
We have done that before in the school here. Let me tell you, about 4 or 5 years back, we did have a career path counseling here. In fact, we brought an IAS officer, we brought an IPS officer, we brought an Indian Revenue Service officer, we brought a lieutenant colonel from the army. We got people who are there in the services to come, chartered accountant, company secretaries, to come and talk about their experiences in life and what kind of profession they're in. It is already there in the list, and we'll shortly be doing it.
Sure, sir. Thank you
But
so
we
much.
want to do this with the 9th class students and parents, because 10th class becomes a little odd. Normally, career counseling should be done at 9th class for this. We'll take it up.
Sure, sir. And entrepreneurship can also be included in it, sir.
Pardon?
Entrepreneurship should also be
Sure,
included.
sure.
Thank you, sir.
If you want an entrepreneurship, you call me, I'll take this session.
That's why I was reflecting, sir. It is
We'll do
you.
that.
It is you, sir.
We
Thank
do
you,
it
sir.
normally for engineering students, but definitely we'll do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, students, any questions? Anybody else? Yeah. Sorry?
Some of your school memories.
Oh, some of my school memories. Okay, I have a wonderful memory from the school. Let me tell you, I was not a very bright student. पहली बात बोलो, because सच बोलना चाहिए. I studied in the same school. I got 62.2%. That was first class. That year I think was 78 was the highest from our school. अब 10 में 10 सबको देते, जब नहीं देते थे. Then I studied in the same college here, Little Florence Junior College, also in the same campus. I got 65.5. That was a 3%. I was a very mild, unassuming, quiet child. I am sure that even Arvind would not have known me at that time, or I was in C-section, he was in A. He was in B-section, I was in C-section. So let me tell you, it was only that after I completed my intermediate, I came to know what life was. And today I'm very happy to tell you, after 10th, 12th year, I joined agriculture in one of the leading agriculture universities. I did my BSc, MSc, PhD in agriculture. I have 4 MBAs. I have a doctorate in management also. I have 4 PG diplomas. Presently, I am doing my LLB and my postgraduate diploma in corporate law. I have about 14 degree degrees. But my greatest memory is that I was sitting in the school. I was a good speaker even at that time. But I was not, exploited talent mentally. My talent was not exploited. So one time, there was one student who was 1 year senior to me called Ajay Menocha. I don't know how many of you know him. Ma'am, you know him? No. He was a great orator. And there was a United Nations Assembly, Jubilee Hall, there was a competition going on of all schools. United Nations was conducting it. And this guy, there was screening here. I stood second, he stood first. And this guy got fever, so at the last minute, he could not, so I was pushed. I remember then Brother Claude was there. Brother Claude was there as a principal. He called me. I went very scared to the principal's room. I don't know how many of you are scared today. At that time, Brother Vincent was there, Brother Claude was there, Brother Emmanuel was there. They used to walk, and right behind their hand was a cane stick. Cane. साहब जो बात कर रहे हैं ना, केन की बात कर रहे हैं, वो लंबा चौड़ा केन रहता था, कोई नहीं बैठ हो रहा था। 4 दिन तक लाल मार्क will be there. That was how it was. So I was called to the school room and I was wondering मैंने क्या गलती कर दिया, मुझे प्रिंसिपल ने रूम में बुला दिया। And I shivered and I went. Then he said, "You are Gopi?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Tomorrow you have to participate in this elocution competition." I said, "Man?" I said, "Yes, that boy is not coming." So I went back. I was so happy that I am going to represent my school in a Twin Cities United Nations competition. And I prepared very well. And that was the first time in my life I was speaking on a stage or a forum. School days also. I went to the Jubilee Hall. I don't know how many of you saw it. Very massive hall. I was there. And I told my father, "See, I'm going to speak tomorrow. You have to come." He said, "I'll see." He was a senior IAS officer. He said, "I'll try. I might come. I might not come." He said, "You know what you do? I will go and sit in the front row there. You come, look at me and speak. That is what you do, because otherwise scared." So I was expecting my name was announced. I went to the podium and I was looking for my father. My father was not there. अब हो गया कल्याण सुंदरम. अब क्या करता हूँ मैं? Father नहीं है, because I prepared myself totally that expecting my father to be there and to look at him and speak. Then my name was there. I was walking up. Then I saw my father walking down the aisle from the main entrance. He came and sat in the front. And then I spoke. And to tell you, that was the greatest day of my life. I stood first in the entire Twin Cities speaking. And I didn't know, for that particular award function, my father was the chief guest. And I received the award from my father. The greatest moment for me and my father. So we all have such memories, and I'm sure every mother, every father will cherish such things in life. So be blessed, all of you. All of you are blessed for 2 reasons. One, you're a student of Little Flower High School and you have wonderful parents who are there always to support you, and a wonderful faculty who are always there at your beck and they'll always help you. Thank you and have a great day.
Let's put our hands together for Dr. Gopi Krishna sir. Now the friends, thank you sir for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. It will surely help us in the long way to make excellence a habit. We assure you that each one of us will be with Yapati. Thank you for giving us a direction and helping us set smart goals and lead our life in earnest. Your talk today was an eye-opener, helping us to channelize our life. Indeed, sir, Little Flower students will never have a sulking face. And today, I assure you, sir, that like you, we will also be an ambassador of excellence and make our parents and schools proud. So finally, in life, dedicate, devote, discipline, discriminate, and determined will be with us for a lifetime. We assure you that we will never give up in life. Your golden words are etched in our heart, that we are because of our parents. We will surely strive to seek blessings of our parents and be a resourceful member in our family. Today, after this orientation program, many of our families will change. You have given us life tips for better family bonding and positive home environment. Abandoning of 5 C's will help us all to a greater vision. It is said, thank you is the shortest prayer. Today, we thank you, sir. May you continue to inspire generations of students. Thank you once again.
As some of the parents were asking of the career guidance and other things, for the parents and for the information of the students also. Most of the Saturdays we'll have like this interactive session, which we call it as in your year calendar also will come Saturday music. Saturday music means it's like an experienced alumni. Now, like Dr. Gopi has given the first starting of like a goal setting. Like that, the number of the people who are there is in a line for this from and we would request the parents to accompany and make necessary things so that they will be able to know what they are leading to. So we'll try to look at it. Thank you. Now, before that we conclude, may I just ask Mr. Arvind Singh to just greet the students. Maybe another day he will come to interact with you very officially, but today it was in a long time he's coming back to the school, so we request your feelings.
Thank you, brother. Good morning to all. The most difficult thing brother has given me to speak after Gopi. So, after a very sumptuous meal which you have had, wonderful meal, I should speak like a sweet dish, very small and short. So I do remember it's very nostalgic for us to come back to this school and have good memories. I still remember like one of the small students with a small puff and handkerchief observing the guests speaking from here. I used to wonder, will we be able to speak like this one day? And believe me, after 4 decades, which has taken me to travel 4 steps, I feel very privileged and it's very nostalgic for me to be able to see you all. So I really didn't dream, as like Gopi said, I was also one of those not so front benchers, but I did dream, as he spoke about it, and it has materialized. I have been lucky, God has been with me. You also dare to dream. How it went about, how to go about it. One of the coming days, as brother has suggested on Saturday session, as somebody also was requesting, we will have a long session that day. We will interact with you. So today I just thank you for allowing me to be here, sir, to be part of this gathering today. Thank you so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you, brother and sirs, for sharing your valuable experiences with us. Here is an announcement calling the attention of owner of vehicle number TS11EP3935. This vehicle is parked near Mahalakshmi Mall. It is obstructing the traffic. Kindly park your vehicle properly. I repeat, calling the attention of owner of vehicle number TS11EP3975. This vehicle is parked near the Mahalakshmi Mall, which is obstructing the traffic. Kindly park your vehicle properly.
Thank you is such a small word, but there's so much appreciation hidden in it. We are grateful to Mr. Arvind Singh, IAS, for his inspirational presence. Today, your presence here has motivated many of us to aspire for civil services and serve our nation. As a token of appreciation and gratitude, may I now invite Reverend Principal to present a memento to Arvinda sir. Thank you, brother. I now request Reverend Principal to present a memento to Dr. Gopi Krishna sir, our esteemed guest. Sir, you are our role model and thank you for your presence. Yes.
Positive action combined with positive thinking results in success. A little progress each day adds up to big results. Now, I invite Ms. Asna ma'am to share a few tips for class 10.
Good morning to you all. Steve Jobs said, and I quote, "If you're working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you." Today, I am here to reinstate some points to be followed for greater academic achievements. Students are advised to maintain a healthy routine. Take care of your diet and well-being. Activities like yoga, meditation and prayer should be practiced on daily basis. All the students are expected to maintain regularity and punctuality. Set a study timetable at home. Dedicate a specific place at home as a study corner. Right from the beginning of the academic year, you must maintain a personal learning log. I recommend you all to prepare a vision board. Write down your goal and place it on your study table. See your goal daily and consistently work towards accomplishing it. Self-study time is very important to reflect on days, activities, period-wise. In the study area during the study time, all gadgets must be kept away. Study time should be distraction-free. Parents are requested to be aware of your child's friend circle. Monitor them, guide them from time to time. Cell phones and other electronic gadgets and smartwatches are not allowed in school. A weekly test will be conducted on every Saturday, subject-wise. Parents are advised to have a very strong home and school connect. Do attend all the parent-teacher meetings. Besides the PTMs, parents can meet the teachers on a Saturday and know about your ward's progress. Dear children, do give equal weightage to all the subjects. Make your own notes, mind maps, flow charts and graphic organizers to understand the lessons well. As you all are aware that continuous comprehensive evaluation is followed, students must be present for all the class tests, formative and summative tests and be well prepared for the same. Maintain your classworks neatly. Project work, reflection activity must be submitted on time. Marks will be awarded and recorded for the same. The same will be forwarded as 20% weightage for internal assessment and carried forward to the SSC board examination. While planning the academic goals, students and parents should be aware of the weak and strong areas. A well-planned study strategy is a must. It also helps in reducing stress that could happen due to last-minute cramming up of concepts. Last but not the least, LFHS parent login app must be installed. It is an important tool that will keep you updated of all the activities in the school. You can also get in touch with teachers and track your child performance on the login app. Dear parents, your collaboration will help us have a positive impact on the child. Let us nurture these little flowers so that they simply fill the world with their fragrance. Let your light shine, dear children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those who
Just request the parents to encourage the students for whenever there is an announcement for the Olympiads, either maths or science or an English, it's must for 9th and 10th to participate. And that will enhance your analytical skill and that will also sharpen your accuracy. So you need to get prepared. I am not giving any choice to any student. All students have to be appear for this Olympiad and also newspaper reading. The newspaper reading is compulsory for all the 9th and 10th. So parents must engage in this activity. Thank you.
In ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that is only with gratitude that our life becomes rich. Now, I invite Arvind Singh to propose the vote of thanks.
When you are grateful, an invisible blanket of peace covers you. It makes you glow. It makes you happy, strong. Gratitude puts mind at ease about everything around. A pleasant morning to each and everyone present here. I deem it an honor to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. Firstly, I express my deepest gratitude to Almighty God. Because of His blessings and grace, this event was a resounding success. I extend my hearty thanks to our esteemed guest, Dr. Gopi Krishna sir, who spared time from his busy schedule. Sir, your thoughts have truly inspired each and everyone. Your presence means a lot to all of us. I thank Arvind Singh, sir, IAS, for gracing the occasion. I thank Brother Shajan Antony, our principal, for being the catalyst that stimulates us to do our best and for guiding us to the right path always. I would like to thank our teachers for their untiring efforts in bringing out the best in students every year. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all parents and well-wishers for their rock-solid support system and encouragement. Today's orientation program would be impossible without the support of all of you. Thank you all once again. Looking forward to a wonderful and productive year ahead. Thank you. God bless us all.
I also want to thank these compeers who anchored today. All of them can come up once. Wonderful comparing, a lot of confidence in them. All of you, great job. Huh? We're so proud of all of you. Come, all of you. One round of applause to these youngsters, please.
We have now come to the conclusion of today's Class 10 orientation program. I request the August gathering to stand in attention for the National Anthem.